live, so for this bit I'm going to be quiet. Yes.
Are you live streaming?
No.
Yes, you are, you liar.
I'm not.
Cat, don't stream. You'll be embarrassed about this tomorrow.
I'm not, babe. I'm not. I won't.
You are.
If you don't like it, I won't do it.
Alright, so Top Cat has fallen into the possession of the demonic entity that once occupied Brutus, that once forced Brutus to write a 600-page manifesto detailing why women should be in cages and why he should be allowed to surf for prostitutes on the internet whilst he lives in his cabin in the Swiss Alps. That demonic entity has passed into the mind women should be in cages. Top Cat spent hours upon hours, days upon days of his life reading aloud the Brutus's manifesto here, and it fucked him. It mentally fucked him. Maybe that's the true power of the words that the demonic entity that possessed Brutus decided to put down. It's a spell. It's an incantation. Now, to drive the demon from Top Cat, we're going to perform an exorcism. We're going to rid Top Cat of the demonic entity that's forcing him to get drunk and vomit all over himself. We're going to force him to recognise and reflect that the demonic entity is the one responsible for putting him on the Britain First battle bus, joining Paul Golding in the Lord's Prayer. Louis Theroux's driving the bus. The whole camera show is rigged up on the bus there. We've got about 17 different angles of Top Cat. Ooh, oh, Father, come on.
Hey, that was about 10-20 seconds of someone looking at the camera like they're a fucking retard. Does that count?
All right. So the demonic entity that has possessed Top Cat is raging havoc and chaos across the great land of the Anglo-Wignat. The demonic entity passed from Brutus into Top Cat himself. He's forcing him to go on the Britain First battle bus. Join Paul Golding in the Lord's Prayer. Vomits all over himself whilst blind drunk. Snake on Hemi and his hairy-footed sidekick, the Cowardly Simp. This demonic entity had once lived inside Brutus's mind. This demonic entity forced Brutus to write a 600-page manifesto detailing why women should be in cages, outlining why he himself should be allowed to serve for prostitutes in the Swiss Alps in his cabin. Top Cat read aloud the manifesto on air for weeks, for days, for months of his life. But the manifesto, it was an incantation, it was a spell. The act of reading the manifesto allowed the demonic entity to creep inside, and that's why Brutus is now dead, lying in his mother's bedroom, surrounded by piss bottles and shame. So whilst Top Cat has been the subject of the rabbit bitch's desire. Oh, come and meet me. Get on the train. Get your Five Guys. Come over to my place and we'll discuss Swings in the Willows and the Toads driving the car. Whilst all of this has been happening, Top Cat has allowed the demonic entity to drive it even further along the path towards spending the rest of his days in a Greater Manchester police cell. And whilst his accomplishments may be vast and varied, whilst he might know good odds, whilst he might offer good financial advice that's found on Reddit and 4chan, whilst he might be able to lift a whole Laura Towler, well look, I can lift a sandcastle full of rabbit bitches, blown out! Blown out! Whilst the rabbit bitch even asked Top Cat if he wanted a blowjob, and Top Cat said, will it affect my dole money? Whilst all of these things are true. Also true is the need to excise the demon. Also true is the need to make Top Cat wake up and realise that poor Golden driving 10 minutes across Manchester or Birmingham or whatever dumb fuck nowhere town that they all reside in, he needs to realise that that wasn't a favour. He needs to realise that there's a microchip in the phone. All of his activities are being monitored by GCHQ. We can only heal when we reflect and recognise our problems. We can only come to the light of God itself when we see that our actions of late have been the apex of a degenerate man. Now, whilst Top Cat might be calling Hemi a top-hatted snake, whilst he might be ragging on Flossie as having a bee in her bonnet, these are the words of the demon inside his mind that once possessed Brutus also. Now, Top Cat, I set a challenge. The only way we can settle the exorcism and fully complete it is if we fight. Is if we go toe-to-toe in the ring. And here's the proposition, here's what we do, chat. We conduct a fight. Adam versus domestic terrorists now, Top Cat. We settle it on the trampoline of Hemi's stepchild. A mid-air bout. Each punch landed whilst we're bouncing up in the air, Dragon Ball Z style. We'll even invite the schizophrenic black man who designed Tekken to come along and see if we can resurrect some game-making Pino. The gauntlet is thrown, the sandcastle full of rabbit bitches is thrown. Do you dare?
Maybe it's best for you if you stop today, because you might not feel too good about it tomorrow, because it looks a bit silly. You know?
Okay, I'm not live streaming about you. I'm just like you.
Well, maybe just in general though, you know, because you're very drunk.
Okay, I am a bit.
Yeah, I know. Well, how about you turn it off then, eh?
I will be, but I'm not like been doing so far. Okay.
Are you live streaming?
No.
And
Yes, you are, you liar.
we welcome to the show. Oh, look at that! That was a nice segue, wasn't it? So let's unmute myself. Get back in the chat. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. And I'm joined here by a panel of Top Cat respecters. So on tonight's panel, we've got Top Cat Simp number 1. Say hello. We've got Top Cat Simp number 2. Yep, we're all Top Cat Simps here. We're all Top Cat respecters. And
I thought we were DOA Simps.
well, we're both.
I'm a DOA simp and a smackhead simp.
But here's the thing.
Yeah, I like the Pretty Princesses and the Fabergé eggs. I don't want to read Wind in the Willows.
So here's the thing, Top Cat Simp number 3. By you being a Top Cat DOA Simp, you are also being a Top Cat Simp. Did you know that? So now,
What's this then, you're saying?
Now, the thing is, we're like 6 minutes into the show, and I really, really, really need to read this article, because if I don't, then we're going to miss out on something. So, come on. I got to find it. It's somewhere along these articles. Like, wow, there is a lot of stories here. Like, a whole lot of them. Here we go. Right. So, this is from Malta Today, and it's called Couple Cleared of Rape in a trial lasting just 1 day.
Rape. Hold on.
So, our first news story for tonight. A Tunisian man and his Maltese girlfriend have been cleared of the aggravated rape of a Maltese woman.
I believe they're called Maltesers, aren't they?
Yes, they are. After a trial which lasted just 1 day. In a marathon sitting, ending around midnight last night, Madame Justice Consuelo Sierra Herrera...
Oh,
No, he no rape him. Heard how the accused man and woman, whose names are being withheld by order of the court, had allegedly raped the victim and held her against her will in the 2012 encounter in a hotel room. The court,
both of them.
Yeah,
the
man and
dude and the dude wherever he was from and
the
Consuela. No.
Oh no, Consuela is the judge in this one. The court heard how the victim knew her assailants, who would offer her a lift to Paceville.
That's not rape then, is it? If you know him.
It's I don't know, but either way. So
I believe "Don't Scream or I'll Kill You" is what Toppy uses for playing it.
There's a lot of women that get well horny when you say that. The court heard how the victim knew her assailants, who'd offered her a lift
sliding all over the place.
The lift to Paceville. On the way there, the car ran out of fuel and eventually had to be towed away. So the trio had paid for 1 night at the Seaview Hotel. It's not car.
She went third in on her own rape.
Yeah, so she paid.
She paid a third towards her own rape.
Yep. As they were settling in for the night, the couple stripped naked and started to undress the woman, with whom the man later had sex. The alleged victim said she had resisted, but then
he had sex with her. She didn't rape her, did he?
Said she resisted, but been overpowered by the couple. She had later filed a police report, and the accused couple were charged. The court ruled that while the prosecution had shown that the sexual encounter had taken place, it had not managed to prove the sex acts were carried out against the will of the subject. Although what happened can be deemed disgusting and constitute a violation of the modesty of a person, why was it disgusting?
No.
Did they do a shit on her?
No.
The law still demands that these acts be done against the will of the person in order to amount to the crime at issue. Describing the woman's testimony as confused, inconsistent, and totally contradictory, i.e. she's a lying bitch, the court said it could not rely on it to arrive at a guilty verdict. Declaring the couple not guilty, the court ordered their immediate release and to double team the accuser just so she knows what rape really is. The judge also ordered that a copy of the sentence be handed to the Commissioner of Police to investigate possible perjury on part of the complainant. Lawyers Arthur Azzopardi and Simon Mikalev Strafasi were defence counsel. There you go. So, yeah.
Well, they can't. Neither of those lawyers can have been any good because neither of them was Jewish.
Well, Maltese, Jewish. What's the difference, eh? I'm sure some Maltese are in the comments will tell me what it is. But yeah, so that's it. I really, really needed to get that article in. So 6 minutes before mentioning rape.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Welcome all to another City Skylines.
Talk a little bit about the Godwinson new live news alert.
Oh yes, and also welcome everybody.
Godwinson made that exclusively for us after talking about Top Capital.
Yes, and thank you very much to our drama correspondent Godwinson there, who are reporting
Yeah,
on us.
Gobbington live news alert.
Yes, on our because let's bear in mind, folks, that Top Cat is our sports correspondent. Is he? All I've heard today is he had a cup of tea, and he didn't spit on the floor after he had it either.
We don't know. We don't know that for sure. All we know is that we saw the sip. We didn't see him spit it out on the floor, did we?
No. It looks like he was about to spit, but that wasn't in the 9-second clip. And
if anybody wants to hear Top Cat spitting, we can.
Ding!
I love the slap on the floor.
Oh, I don't. That's quite an unpleasant sound.
You can hear it slap on the floor. That's what amazes me about it.
Do you know, I think I'm going to redesign this bridge I've made over the roundabout. I'm going to have it be a bit slanty. Let's see if that works.
You like them slanty, don't you, Abby?
Oh, you know me. I like them. I like them chinky babes.
I just can't believe that Flossie was absolutely begging to give Hobbit a blowjob and he still turned her down.
Well, look, I've explained.
Last night she was like, Hobbit, I'll show you how good they can be. Hobbit, I'll come around your house and show you. And Hobbit was like, no, I don't like blowjobs. No, weren't you?
And you know,
is this an actual quote from her than the DOA, or was this just?
No way, fact.
She said that really.
No, DOA didn't say
the blowjob shit.
DOA didn't say
Flossie was like, why don't you like blowjobs, Hobbit?
Oh right, I thought this was some subtle thing.
No,
Flossie last night.
Hobbit, what are you, some sort of virgin? What's going on, pal?
Yes.
She was like, Hobbit, I am going to come round your house and show you how good blowjobs are. And Hobbit was like, no.
I stated that I've never had a blowjob that I enjoy, what with being a virgin and a sexless virgin. And then Flossie was just like, "Wow, those blowjobs couldn't have been very good," and I agreed with her. They weren't very good.
She was sliding all over her chair, Hobbit. You had her eating out the palm of your hand.
Sounds like it. Fucking hell, but go on, my show.
Should have said, I don't like sex either. I don't like sex. It's not really good.
Well, no, that would just be a patent lie, Phil, because I've had sex before and I've really enjoyed it, and I'd be quite happy to have it again.
Yeah.
But just I don't need blowjobs in it. Okay, so if
DOA was offering you scones and train tickets and all that, then, and she said, "Well, Hobbit, I'm going to insist that I'll give you a blowjob. That's one of the reasons. That's one of the provisos that we have sex." You go, "No, I wouldn't."
No. Look, if a woman's gone to all the effort of like, look, here's your train tickets. You're coming up. You're going to have sex with me. You're going to eat my food, and then I'm going to give you a blow.
Or else.
I'd be like, well,
They're going to bite your fucking dick off.
Well, okay, that's the bit where I'm be like, thank you very much for your time. I'll see myself out. But
I'll tell you what, I bet Sharon from that Britain First video don't use her teeth.
Yeah, but she hasn't got any fucking teeth.
Audience, audience, I need to explain this right, because this might sound a bit unusual, but the fact is, I was just saying that there's many things one can do when intimate, and blowjobs don't have to be part of it. So I'm quite happy to.
What's on the block?
Well, that's the other. I mean,
he's going to end up doing a video of it. The question ripping the 37 apart: blowjobs or not blowjobs?
I even was conciliatory. I said, look, there are other things I'm willing to do, including using the tradesman entrance if the front door is closed for renovations, shall we say?
But you don't want to get poo all over your dick, Hobbit. If you get poo all over it, that's poo.
Yeah, but like, mate, I can.
Get on my cock.
I like having
spurting in her eye might fix it. Then it looked like someone had spurted in fucking Colin's eyes last night.
Yeah, fucking. He looked like he'd been fucking swimming, doesn't he?
I mean,
do you reckon he'd been crying beforehand? Do you reckon his missus had made him cry? She'd thrown away some of his fucking Nintendo games or something.
So, we're getting rid of these Nintendos now. You're a fucking grown-ass man. He's like, you can't take away GoldenEye.
My mum bought me that for Christmas. I'm telling.
So,
I'm your mum. I mean, wife.
Phil, worst case scenario, And
That's it, Mark. You've left dirty cereal bowls in your office for the last time. I'm throwing you a Nintendo away.
He punched the wall as well.
I'll take him down.
He punched the wall. He went like,
The only time I side with women that burns game consoles would be fucking against Mark Collins.
But his kid had the last bit of shreddies, and he's like, "Fucking kid, let the kid get the fucking shreddies."
Hey, how about the ultimate? The kid fed the shreddies into his NES. Do you reckon that's what it was? That's what he was growing.
Oh, based.
Yeah.
Top Hat didn't turn up. Either.
Can you
Very
mention it was
tough.
an argument with his mum because, like, well, Unwashed gets to leave his bowls of half-eaten cereal around. Why can't I?
Yeah.
Well, you've
Yeah,
got.
I'm
I mean,
fucking
I watched
well.
for. Let's take a minute for a moment of silence. Not a moment of silence. A moment of respect for Top Cat, for Unwashed's poor suffering mother.
Yes. Well done, that mum.
The face on her as well. She's a hard-working fucking mum. She is like unwashed mum. Looks like fucking. She's seen some things. I'm telling you.
She's seen
Probably
things
in
you won't
probably
believe.
in Unwashed's bedroom as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sticky fucking tissues. Fucking pedo fucking dolls. Everything. You know what you've seen.
Cereal bowls with the spoon welded to the bottom.
Oh,
Yeah. Skidders all over the place.
Skidders, yeah.
oh. This is unpleasant.
But he looks like.
Hey, Top Cat, you fucking faggot, and I hear here.
Where is Shoot? Shoot was ace, wasn't he?
Uno says sodomy is not good, Hobbit. Oh, but a blowy where you get your willy chomped on's fine, I guess.
Yes.
Don't jump on your fucking dick. A bird has never gone, "Oh, can I bite it?" It's like, that never fucking
Well,
happens.
actually, according to Donny, that has happened before, and also according to personal fucking
I'm
experience.
Speaking to you, I'm listening to Everlasting Love. Do.
Yes, exactly. So none of that. No, thank you. No, I don't need that.
Well, if you're gonna try it, you should do it with a bird with braces, mate.
Damien
no
says
thanks.
14 for Unwashed's mum, literally securing his existence.
Yep, very much,
During his existence.
very much.
Yeah. Was that the real Unwashed in your chat earlier, Phil?
What's
Because
it fucking is? He's always in my chat fucking geek.
Don't respect women. I respect women.
I think we got on the wrong foot, you know, where I constantly attacked you and called you fucking alcoholics and fat and everything. Yeah, I think we got off on the wrong foot. No, that's not on the wrong foot. That's you being a fucking knobhead.
Well, let's just agree to disagree, shall we?
Yeah.
I think I called him a tramp first.
Yep.
I mean, he invited me on the big far right thing of the year, and I just had to get absolutely fucking smashed on it anyway.
Yeah, simple as.
Oh, yeah, he was with that crowd, wasn't he? The nativists.
I wasn't with that crowd. I was just on that.
Yeah, I
one
mean, yeah, on the
after.
brush then.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
and also
it was
Hemi
a
was there.
fantastic. It was like my all-time favourites. It was Dangerfield, Nativist Concern, Grief, me, and Unwashed.
How did Grief get on this show?
Fuck knows. I think Unwashed was having trouble getting people to come on. I think.
I was going to say, was that like a care in the community thing?
Yeah, a puff in the community.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Diversity hire, mate.
Yeah, that's it. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Nativist was the pedo contingent, weren't he?
Well, we got to represent those.
If only I knew then what I know now about Unwashed, that could have been really entertaining.
Ah, yes, but hindsight.
Yeah, hindsight is 2020, as they say.
Who says that?
Yeah, they do.
Why?
Hey.
But why would they
What the
say?
fuck? Who's putting phone numbers in the chat?
What? Well,
I don't know. Oh, has anyone got Unwashed mum's number? I want to slide into her DMs.
yeah, like, thanks guys for posting phone numbers in the chat. I'm sure nobody will ring them and do legally actionable threats, and then they'd be like, "Oh, well, you publish these numbers, therefore you are responsible." Yeah, okay. How does that work? Wow, if you hadn't done the show, people couldn't have posted those numbers, and then
if you didn't have people that watched your show, then you wouldn't have that in there.
Yeah. So you're responsible for them. Well, I'm responsible for someone else's actions.
Again.
Yes. Yeah. So can I just say, can I just say I disavow everything my chat does? They don't represent me. I think they're scumbags and possibly criminal. And the opinions of the chat don't necessarily affect the opinions of the panel.
Yeah, don't check out Unwashed Mum's public profile, Facebook profile either.
Yeah.
Is that where the phone number comes from?
I think so.
Oh, yeah. Don't harass Unwashed's mum. I mean, she's the real hero in all of this. She's
you want to tell her how sorry you feel for her.
She's got fucking PTSD, legitimately, if you look at her fucking face.
Just say you respect her and ask her how many...
You could go to there right now and you could check it out, but I recommend you don't.
I mean,
wise words from Thogden there.
I'm not saying... because do bear in mind, in the United Kingdom, harassment is a criminal offence, so don't harass her, but if you do...
You're from another country, though. It's perfectly legal.
Yeah, and also, if you're in a conversation with her and the subject gets up, just ask how many Brilla pads she gets through in a week.
I think just to bookend this, fuck Unwashed, fuck him.
Yes, there we go. Fuck
Unwashed Mum as well for creating Unwashed. What a bitch.
He called me fat when I am.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
He said I was fat when I am, and I admit it myself. I mean, you don't get any lower than that, do you?
You've never recovered from that, have you, Hemi?
No, never recovered from being called fat.
No. Are you going to be the next poster boy on Fat People Hate? Are you going to replace Nico Avocado?
Yeah, I'm going to cry about it to the internet police.
Oh, speak of Nico Avocado, I wonder if he's in today's Pink News.
I don't even know who that is, but...
Oh, you'll trust me. You want to keep it that way.
You see that 56% who just turned obese, and now he's like rides around eating pizza.
He's actually a Ukrainian, but he just...
OnlyFans, the account is called Sometimes Washed.
He's a Ukrainian, came to America, is actually a talented violinist, but then he's decided that he was going to get really fat, so he got really fat, and now he's an emotional crybaby.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, we're talking about the same guy.
Speaking of that, Bookie's looking well on prison, isn't he? We did that. Was it Tuesday we did that, or the other Tuesday, or the other Sunday, or something?
Who knows? Who knows?
You've seen the pictures of Boogie, haven't you, Hobbit?
Recently? Oh, God. Him. Ugh.
Yeah.
He's disgusting. I hate that man.
Have you not seen him? Have you not seen the prison pics?
Oh, yeah.
He's looking good on it. I reckon he should have another 6 months just to get the rest of the weight off.
Oh, yeah. The prison diet is working for him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be in prison in America. I mean, not that you want to be in prison anywhere, but if I had to choose a prison to be in, some of the prisons in France, Austria, Norway, and on the outside,
you're not start simping for junkies, are you? Like Phil does.
What? But I mean, I did that.
Yeah.
Didn't I do that last week though, when I was talking about Gaston?
Oh, I thought you was backing me up when you was talking about Gaston.
Oh, what? That you can't trust them because they will just steal stuff to fund their habit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad. You can't trust them. Hey, here's the thing. We were talking about demons the other day. What if the demons are actually possessing them, and they're just yeah, I'm going to use your body for my end, and the person agrees with it because they get some sort of pleasure from it. After all, you don't.
But drugs apparently drugs open you up to the darker realms. Don't they?
But I'm wondering, for example, there's demons of lust and gluttony, which use people and make them I reckon everyone in my 600-pound life.
So are you saying that Unwashed is possessed by a tramp demon or something?
Yeah. Sloth.
Like a demon that likes burnt car tires and fish.
Sloth. And I'm saying for example, all the 600-pound lifers, they are they are possessed by demons of gluttony, and they ruin their bodies so that the demon can just enjoy gorging itself. And I think there's the same demons that enjoy drugs, so they use a
bit like
person's...
when Rimmer borrowed Lister's body.
Yeah, well, there you have it. Rimmer is a demon that abused Lister's body, and fortunately, he was able to exorcise the demon fairly quickly with the help of Crichton. But if that had carried on...
Is that the one where Lister swallowed his light bee? Or was that... That was Waxworld, wasn't it?
Yeah, that came later, yeah, because... yeah, but Rimmer was a demon, and he possessed his body and committed the sin of gluttony, so... Yeah. Unwashed is a semen demon, says John McNamara.
Do you think when Lucy Brown's like 40 and her vagina literally looks like her guts are hanging out, do you reckon he'll get to have a go then?
You know, I had a really nice...
I think so, yeah. I think by the time she's 44 or something, he'll eventually get a go on her.
She'll have like a prolapse vagina. It'll just be fucking... It'd be that fucking used and knackered up.
He'll be looking after the black kids and Jewish kids that she's...
Just hypothetical. Let's just say Unwashed shares my views on blowjobs, and he sees like the butcher's curtain that is the remains of her vagine, and goes, you know what? I think I'll have a blowy instead.
She would be a biter. I think she is a biter, to be honest.
Yeah.
She's a biter.
I imagine she'd feel quite put out if she had to give you a blowjob, because that'd be doing something for you, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, fuck him. Why should I have to fucking suck his cock? He should fucking, be like licking my fucking inside out vagina.
She'd be like, he should suck my cock. She'd have a strap on.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
So we're talking about Lucy's vagina.
You're talking about Lucy's
can
Lucy.
Clip it out.
Is that?
Yeah, I bet it looks like a run over edger. I bet it looks like an edger with a run over all its fucking guts hanging out. I bet it looks like that, doesn't it?
You people are disgusting.
Roadkill Lucy.
Roadkill Lucy. Road smash.
Should we just talk about Lucy in the worst terms possible so Mosh can share it with us?
Just before I know who we're sticking the oar into, who is this Lucy? Have we
Lucy Brown? She was she's much like it.
Is she the one
much
that
like
lives...
a Wash? She's a social flea. She hops from fucking Black Death to Black Death. She's literally like a rat. She brings the Black Death with her to whatever she touches.
Perfetta DOA.
Does she live in Glasgow? Is she the one
No, that's Lacey.
Oh.
You must know Lucy Brown is Hobbit.
Lucy is fit and not boss-eyed.
Lucy's the one with that fucking huge honker, mate. Absolutely.
Yeah, she's got a great big nose. She looks like a kike.
Oh, okay.
Isn't she?
Is she?
What?
Isn't she? What
for God's sake. Fucking hell, Hobbit. There's Google out there. Why don't you just Google Lucy Brown?
Google shit. Fuck.
Yeah, but...
Do you remember the account Eggless Empty Egg Box?
Yeah, empty egg box.
That's the profile picture is Lucy. Remember that account.
Oh shit, poor old Lucy Brown. She's not even in like any of the fucking top search results. To be fair to Hobbit, he's probably not going to find her because she's fucking nowhere. She's literally fucking nobody.
Has she been unpersoned?
Oh, I found a picture of her finally.
This isn't working very well. Let's try that again.
There she is with her resting bitch face.
All right.
She's the one that doesn't want kids because they'll get in the way of her 3-day MDMA benders.
Oh, okay. Oh, she looks like a character out of Cyberpunk.
Probably is.
She probably is.
So,
I mean, a vagina's been that fucking used. It's probably like an inside-out wizard sleeve, isn't it?
Cyberspunk, more like.
Yes. These
Dribbles also while she walks down the road, doesn't he?
Leaving a snail trail.
she has to tuck her whale tail into her fucking knickers, doesn't she?
Oh, here we go. This is the other thing I wanted to do. Chocolate bars, what we've known and loved. Discontinued Mars Delight. Hang on, I think I can do this for the benefit of the audience.
I thought we were going to have a proper go at Lucy Brown first.
Well, we can discuss how many Mars Delights she could fit in her quim as soon as I put the brown.
The reason why she wears the necklace is because she likes being strangled. That's why women do that. If they ever wear a necklace, that's what it means.
Yeah.
Saying, I'm not a serial killer. I'm just saying that's what it means.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the choker.
That's the signal it gives out to you, then, is it, Phil?
The choker necklace.
Kill, set fire. No, not that. But, you know.
Oh, why can't I scroll through this?
Oh, mate. Can you imagine the colours that are in Lucy Brown's knickers, like that when she takes them off at night when she's finished? Oh,
red and brown and
orange
white
and yellow and green.
So for whatever reason, I can't do the story. But anyway, people are paying silly money for Mars Delight. Like one of them fetched £50. So if you find like a Mars Delight at the back of your sofa, put it up on
King Edward says Lucy Brown will be buried in a Y-shaped coffin.
You guys are horrible.
Oh dear.
Okay, serial killer Phil.
So let's.
I didn't mean it that way. I meant that in a sex way.
We know you meant it, Phil. You meant it like that the first time.
Because I can't scroll through that thing, I'm gonna try this other.
Have you taken the Thomas Marden Rees pill, Phil?
Have you? Just you're either the bully or they're the bully. Take the Biden Rees pill.
Or the bully or be bullied. They're your two choices.
Kill or be killed.
These browser windows aren't letting me scroll up or down, so how do I... I mean, I'm interacting with browser.
Yeah, they're not very good. The browser, you have to open in another browser.
Open in another browser?
That's why I use Chrome, because I never use Chrome. That's why I use it as a browser for OBS.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I'm not on the broadcasting account, because I'm just like, oh, you know what, it's fine, I'll delete that, and I'll read out the story. So... 19 discontinued chocolate bars we wish they were bringing back. Cadbury Dream. Cadbury's white chocolate bar, but a bit of cult following in the 00s. But
don't like white chocolate. Just don't like it.
Oh, you racist. It was discontinued not long after its launch in 2002. It was rebranded as Cadbury White in 2019, but failed to build bigger fan base. Cadbury Snowflake.
Fan base for chocolate bars. What
are
they?
Fat people.
Don't you just hate newspaper talk?
Yes, I do.
Fat people didn't like them.
No.
That's what it means.
There's a petition to bring this most divisive chocolate bars back, with over 6,000 signatures calling for the white chocolate version of a flake to return.
Divisive?
That's fuck cool.
Divisive?
So there you go. There's a white version of Cadbury Flake.
Because everybody likes it except for these 6,000 people that signed the petition.
After 4 years on our shelves, the Mars Delight, a deliciously light version of the Mars bar, was discontinued in 2008, much to our horror.
It does sound a bit gay, though, doesn't it?
Mars Delight.
Oh, I'd like a Mars bar, but it's too big for me. Oh, I'd feel so full up after eating one. Ooh.
Well, I've had them before because girlfriends had them.
Mars bars.
Mars Delight, and I can say
Mars bar before.
Well, I can.
Did you hold your little finger out like Top Cat does when he's drinking a can of beer on his drunk streams?
You mean eating scones and drinking orange juice?
So anyway, I've had a Mars Delight, and they're quite nice. They're similar to a Kinder Bueno.
That's easy for you to say.
Yes, very easy for me to say. The
Kinder Bueno.
So number 4 on the list.
Well, why don't you eat a Kinder Bueno then if they're near enough exactly the same? Why fucking whittle about a long dead bar and just eat a Kinder fucking Bueno?
Because people that have had Mars Delight can tell you it's much nicer than Kinder Bueno. And
you just said it's the same, Hobbit. Make your mind up, mate.
I said it was similar too. So at number 4, Cadbury Fuse.
It's like Flossie offering you a blowjob all over again. This is.
We can't trust your fucking
mixed
taste.
messages all over.
I don't want a blowjob.
We can't trust your taste.
Don't want it. Don't need it. Don't have it. Right, Cadbury Fuse, launched in 1996.
Yeah, it's Hobbit a faggot for turning down a blowjob from Flossie. He was desperate to show him how good her blowjobs were.
Literally slugging all over the place.
Yeah, sliding all over her chair.
Like, you know, I said other things are perfectly fine. I'd be happy to have them, but
He was like, I will come round your house and show you how good blowjobs are. And Hobbit was like,
Hey,
I
Hobbit.
don't know, I'm
Hobbit,
autistic, I
Hobbit.
don't get social cues.
Hobbit, so a bird says, oh, you got two choices, blowjob or a fucking Mars Delight. What would it be?
blowjob.
Okay, that was a bit of a shit choice.
I mean, look, chocolate bar is nice and all, but I mean, sex is something else. So let's get this straight. Okay, is that right choice? Anyway, Cadbury Fuse. In 2006, taken on production in the UK. The fuse made up milk chocolate, nuts, raisins, cereal, and fudge pieces. I quite like that one. Nestle vice versa. It was like Galaxy buttons.
Guggy's used to fudge pieces, isn't he?
Similar to Galaxy Minstrels, these chocolates, made up of white chocolate covered in brown sugar coating and milk chocolate covered in white sugar coating, were introduced in 1991. Before being discontinued, there were two subsequent relaunches in 2004 and 2012, but sadly they're no longer available to buy. Cadbury Marble. A Cadbury Marble, hazelnut and praline centre. Oh, okay.
I remember that.
That sounds nice.
Why do you say praline all funny?
Because that's
Praline, Hobbit.
Praline.
It's praline, it is praline.
Praline. C'est praline,
No.
parce que c'est
Praline.
belge.
Praline, Hobbit.
Well, it's foreign, and that's why they say it's like people that say, champagne, don't you mean champagne, you know? No, it's
Yeah.
champagne because
Champagne.
it's from the Champagne. It's from the region of France known as Champagne.
Why is the one here completely different to the list you're reading out here? We've got 34 retro bars that need to be brought back immediately.
Oh, actually, you know what? That's the better article. Let's go to the 34. No, I think actually this is the better one. So I'm reading the better.
It'd be more based if it was 37.
Cadbury Nuts About Caramel.
We'll do 34 on Tuesday then, shall we?
Okay, yeah, I'll be up for that. Cadbury Nuts About Caramel. It's a caramel thing with hazelnuts in it. Taz. It's like Freddo, but it had
don't like
Taz on
nuts.
it.
Oh yeah, I remember Taz.
White Maltesers, also known as the ruling class of Malta. Fox Echo Bar. Do you remember the Echo? Oh, I remember the Echo Bar.
Why have you just skipped over the Fuse? The Fuse was a proper decent bar.
Well, I talked about the Fuse, but then Phil was like, "Oh, I don't like that very much." It's like, no, Phil wants like a Lambert and Butler flavoured flapjack. That's what Phil wants. That sounds like oh, can I have some tripe with that as well, please? I like some extra. I like an extra serving of misery with my food.
Lardon Greyhound flavour.
That's it.
Lardon Greyhound flavour.
Can I have it like a
flat cap and Greyhound flavour?
Oh, I really like some blackjacks which have got some soot from the chimney in it. That would be nice.
What's right? Hold on a minute. You can slagging off blackjacks, Hobbit.
No, I love blackjacks, but I'm saying Phil wants his miserable flavours. Like, can I have
White Jack?
Yeah.
White Jacks.
Fox Echo Bar, which I do remember was quite nice. It's a chocolate bar made of milk and white chocolate and crunchy biscuity base with a velvety bar, but fans were not impressed. What do you mean?
Foxes seem a bit, they're a bit lackluster. They don't really stick to anything, do they? Because they ain't got a thing, have they? Foxes. I'm not saying they don't do good clobber.
Yeah,
because they do.
Oh yeah,
but they know their marketing is fucking dog shit.
Their chocolate biscuits are. I missed the broken biscuit selection. Those were the best.
Mediocre, aren't they? Just mediocre.
No,
Foxes
do the best.
They do decent biscuits, but they just can't. Can't fucking market for shit, can
Foxes
they?
Is better
they
than Vitties.
don't get through the glass ceiling, do they? That people are always digging up Cadbury's and like bollocks, aren't they?
Yeah, but I think Foxes, they make the best biscuits. But anyway, the Foxes Echo. No, this is where this is where I disagreed. But fans were not impressed. Well, fans are fanatics, so that's a contradiction in terms. The fans were impressed because they are fans of Foxes. The Kit Kat Caramac. Now, I know some on the panel will dislike that. Ah, yes, that's
Ice that was.
Top Cat
Caramax dog shit.
Well, there you go.
So horrible.
Top Cat.
It's like Milky Bar, but worse.
Top Cat Simp 1 says grim, and Top Cat Simp 3 says that was ace. I liked Caramac, and
I did.
Yeah, so you can't get that. Cadbury's Astros, first launched in 1987.
I was banned from eating them when I was a kid. I'm glad you brought that up.
The Astros.
Astros, because it made me hyperactive, and I was banned. I remember being banned from eating
the
them.
blue ones. Did you used to go off your head when you had the blue ones?
I think I was just being a little shit, and they were trying to figure out why I was being a little shit, so they said you can't eat them anymore.
It was the blue Astros.
Yeah, I used to go mental.
I've had a very similar thing with it was Skittles. The
blue Skittles.
No, it was the fact the red.
I thought it was blue Smarties. I thought it was blue Smarties that sent you off your fucking nut.
Well, the red Skittles would make me go hyper. And
how did you get it down to red Skittles? Did your mum and dad only feed you one colour at a time then?
Well, no, just like they were talking about it, and they said, "Oh yeah, this food colouring here has been linked to hyper."
Oh shit, Foxy's Glacier Mints. Good call there, Alphabet Cat.
Well, they still.
It's a granddad food.
They still do those, yeah. I mean,
what's that, Phil? Is that nan food? Did you say?
That fucking is nan food. You fucking Glacier fucking ones are, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Wham bars are still around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't get the big wham bars. Do you remember the big wham bars you used to get when you were a kid with the big bits of fucking...
Hang on. Cadbury's Time Out was taken off the shelves in 2016. Cadbury's Time Out was ace. Why? This is craft. No, it's not craft food anymore for Cadbury's, is it? It's Mondelez.
Oh, it's Mondelez, isn't it? Fucking Mondelez.
Arriva. Mondelez. Yeah, so there's no long. We can't get those anymore. So that's. Why did
Flipper Dipper? I never had a Flipper Dipper.
Never had that. Penguin Flipper Dipper. So what's a penguin?
Can't beat the old choc dip. KP don't do the choc dip now. It's Nutella, isn't it? Choc dip.
Remember these dippable versions of the penguin bar?
We bought some of those the other day in a.
Have you been eating red Skittles, Hemi?
No, Nutella choc dip.
Oh, okay.
It's food. I'm fat. I get excited, don't I?
So, are you saying you'd rather have a?
It's sweets. So I'm excited, mate.
So,
'cause I'm fat.
If you were offered a blowjob or a Cadbury Fuse bar, which one would you go with?
Cadbury Fuse bar.
Both.
I'm fat, and
but I'm fat too, and I said I'd rather have the blowjob over a Fuse bar, and I like.
Because you're gay.
What? I'm gay.
Phil didn't say whether it was a man or a woman doing it, though, did he?
Well, yeah, it was actually a gay man.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'll have the Fuse bar. Fine.
You've already had a blowjob off a man.
No, I don't want to. I can refuse to like.
You accepted it without asking who's doing the blowjob.
No, when it's being delivered to the door, I'm not signing entry. No, you can return to sender that.
Yeah, but it was in the dark.
No,
and you would never know. No, and you wouldn't know until you weren't being told
telling
till
me
after.
the blowjob was left on my doorstep. Well, in that case, I'm ringing up the Royal Mail and saying, "Why are you leaving parcels on the doorstep?" Roundtree's Cabana. Did you know?
Because of the virus.
Yeah.
Actually, things at your doorstep.
Yeah. So.
I know Phil's got the AIDS and all by the sounds of it.
There we have it. So, did you know that at one point in time, Roundtree's actually made chocolate bars? I didn't know this, but there was a bar they did called the Cabana.
Roundtree's made fruit pastels, Hobbit.
I know Roundtree's they continue to make fruit pastels, but did you know at one point in time, Roundtree's made chocolate bars? I didn't know they made them. And funny enough, I was talking with my dad's friend about this, and he was saying, like, he didn't really get a time, because he was the manager of the shop, and he didn't get time to eat a proper lunch, so often, he said he just survived on Cabana bars. And it was similar to Bounty. It was a coconut filling with chunks of cherry.
Kit Kat's Roundtree's, Hobbit.
That's Nestle.
Nestle took them over in 1988.
Oh, I see.
You know, all your autism. You got fucking fat autism. You have, haven't you?
I have, mate. Don't mess around with a foot. You know, Rowntree then merged with John McIntosh and Co. in 1969, became Rowntree Macintosh. McIntosh produced Rolo, Munchies, Caramac, and Quality Street. Look, you don't mess around with a fat bloke and his sweets, mate.
Do you go on those tours, Emmy, all the time? You go on these chocolate tours?
All the time, mate.
Now, here's something I've seen.
Actually, I'm banned because I had too many free samples.
Do you eat Kit Kats? Do you break the Kit Kat before you eat it?
Nah, straight in, mate.
Yeah, that's it.
Why
Good,
would you
mate.
break it? I mean, so now here's one. Cadbury Snaps. You can get these in Lidl. They do Lidl version of them. That's
nothing to do with being fat. It's just being old. That's how I know fucking Roundtrees did this shit.
What's not to love about a chocolatey version of a Pringle? Now they've described this inaccurately. What it is a thin, crispy chocolate wafer, which looks like a Pringle, but it's got nothing to do...
Do you remember the chocolate-covered pretzels, Hubbard?
They still exist, and yes, I do.
They were nice. I like them.
Yeah, there's people that can't stand pretzels. I quite like them, but the idea of a chocolate-covered one, I don't... just not sure about that. But anyway, the Cadbury Snaps, they came off in 2010, but you can still get Lidl. I can't believe it's not Cadbury Snaps there. 17, Cadbury Whisper Mints. What's your opinions on mint chocolate? Do you like it? Do you think it's...
Based.
You think it's better? Well, Scuggy, you are gay, so maybe that explains it. But
all right then. I'll throw a grenade into this conversation. What about After 8 Mints? That's a decent chocolate. You can't knock an After 8 mint, mate.
Well, I respectfully
made famous by Monty Python and the Meaning of Life.
I respectfully disagree.
Do you want the Weather Mint? Fuck off, I'm full.
But it is only
Mr. Creosote.
But the chef has made it
a wafer mint.
The chef has made it specially for you. It is only wafer thin. Please eat it. It is so nice. So nice. It's made it for you.
He's grimming it, and then he scoops up the sick on his chin, then he puts it in his mouth.
Go on, you've twisted my arm. Fucking give it to me. But yeah, he oh god, it's so bad, that scene, because he's just like, he's so full, he's just constantly vomiting whilst he's offering the wafer mint, and it's so bad. It's horrible. Oh god, it's Mr. Creosote, hide.
And does death remind you of Brutus? Do you remember the one where the people had... Listen here, Yank, shut up. It's all listen here, buddy, with you people, isn't it? Do you remember that bit? When Death shouts at that Yank.
There was like the sex ed class was a bit cringe. That was like John Cleese having sex in front of a bunch of teenagers and like yeah. So now I don't like mint chocolate. I think it's a bad idea to combine these two flavors. There's
not even a wafer thin mint habit.
It just no.
It's wafer thin. It's wafer thin.
It's one of those things. It's like, I like mint, I really do, and I like chocolate. I mean, hey, come on, I'm Belgian. Of course, I like chocolate. I mean, it's like, are you Belgian? Yes, therefore you like chocolate. In fact,
hold on about this one. Uno says After 8's is middle class.
Yeah,
I don't think it's Christmas food, isn't it? It's not middle class. It's just Christmas food.
Christmas food.
Yeah, I mean,
is he saying the middle class eat it like all the time, but only
because
poor people have them at Christmas?
What are those fucking golden things called? What are they called?
Ferrero Rocher.
Ferrero Rochers.
Yeah, they're for posh people. They eat them every day. Every day, middle class people eat Ferrero Rocher.
Did you see that?
Oh shit! Nutella's an interesting story, isn't it? Because Nutella started off. It was like, because we didn't have any chocolate during World War II. They had to use hazelnuts, which are like a cheap alternative. But what happened? But what happened was, like, whoever owns, like, I think who owns Nutella? Is Nutella the name of the company, or is it someone else?
It's Nutella makes both Ferrero Rocher and the Nutella.
So what happened in the end was, like, it went from being a cheap food to being more expensive, but it was more expensive because basically Nutella were buying all of the product.
Yeah.
So it's like an artificially expensive product because they just control the supply of the hazelnuts.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, well, I suppose the other thing as well is that chocolate's become quite cheap because of all the farming in Africa.
Yeah.
You know, all those kids chopping their hands off with machetes because they're too clumsy and they chop their hands off. Stupid kids. See all these.
Someone's mentioned Twiglets. That's not chocolate.
That's not chocolate, and they're disgusting.
Marmite covered cardboard.
I really like Marmite, so let's have some burnt Marmite on twigs.
Wait.
I mean, literally that Mr. Bean sketch where he chops the twigs and coats them in Marmite. You would be able to tell the difference because, these are nice Twiglets. Yeah, they're not they're not breaking, they're not stripping the skin from the roof of my mouth, and it tastes like the Marmite's not burnt.
So what do you think of picnic then? Because I've never seen anyone eat that.
Oh, I've had picnic bars before. Yeah, I think they're all right.
That's a woman's chocolate.
They usually get left, when you get the celebration box. There's always them left. There's no one eat them.
Well, it's like the same thing with Quality Street. In my family, no one eats the strawberry creams except me. I will eat the strawberry creams.
That's the first thing I'd eat.
Oh,
everything's wank out.
Yeah, I like the strawberry creams. Yeah.
Picnics are for fat women who are on a diet.
I don't see Toblerones anymore. That's
because they're getting expensive.
What's the one in the purple in
That's
quality?
the Brazil
Is that
nut.
a meme?
Brazil.
It's not like the best sweet in there by miles.
It's the Brazil
I think
nut
someone
caramel.
memed that.
Oh, I like the Brazil nut caramel. Yeah, I'll have that. Yeah.
It's like the ready salted,
best
isn't
sweet
it?
in there though.
Nah.
Ready salted's fucking horrible. No one likes that.
Who the fuck eats ready salted crisps? No clue.
Salt and vinegar is a controversial one. I think salt and vinegar is the worst.
Yeah, I don't like salt and vinegar.
Cheese and onion all the way.
Yeah, cheese and onion is the best flavour.
I'll tell you what I'm disgusted with Walkers about. They've taken Worcester sauce out of the multi-packs now. You don't get Worcester sauce or prawn cocktail in the multi-packs. All you're getting the multi-packs is ready salted cheese and onion and salt and vinegar.
It's almost like
that's universal though with all crisps.
I don't see barbecue rib either anymore. That's gone.
Do you think they're doing that because the crisps autists are like, oh, I don't like these flavours?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, basically, do you remember there was tomato sauce, prawn cocktail, and Worcester sauce, and they're all basically the same flavour, only slightly different.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I think those Monster Energy drinks are the same. It's like, oh, here's another one with loads of sugar with a slightly different taste. It's like, here's one that tastes like artificial bubblegum.
I drink the white one like a fucking boomer, I do. Oh, I love the white ones, man.
King Edward says, every old granny has polos in her handbag. I found this out from my bag snatcher days.
Yeah, that's true. yeah, can confirm.
Yeah. They all have those green...
Crave cereal is a good snack, says Nick Gurr. I think Nick Gurr might actually be a Nick Gurr if he likes Crave.
I can understand what he's on about. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much just like chocolate and biscuit, isn't it? It's not exactly a cereal. Cadbury's...
Do you remember that scientist that a while ago he said most cereals now are just basically crumbled up biscuits?
With sugar. I mean, he's right. 18 Cadbury Spira or Spira. The 12 like chocolate.
Oh, the Spira was nice. I like the Spira.
Because
it's spiral, Hobbit. That's why it's called a Spira. That's why it's not a Spira.
This 12...
A Spira, or whatever you want to call it.
Frosty bars.
It's called Spira because it's spiral.
Like chocolate was first sold in the northwest and southwest of England in the 80s.
It's not 12 like. It's not 12 likes. It had like a cartwheel in the middle. For fuck's sake.
What is 12?
Fucking lazy bastard journalists.
What is 12? Is that like the flake covered in chocolate?
A 12 a 12's a flake covered in chocolate. A Spira is completely different.
Flaky
white. Always fucking crumble.
I know the Spira. It wasn't it one it looked like a pasta, but it was done of chocolate.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, it's like a cartwheel shape inside.
That's it. Sadly, Cadbury's got rid of this spiral chocolate bar in 2005, but fans are now calling for its return, with a recent campaign building up quite a fan base. I think it's time Cadbury started bringing back some of its golden old days, said the petition organiser. It was a classic, alongside Marble, Dream and Taz bars. Cadbury needs...
I don't know, can you really have a trio bar in it? Isn't a trio just like a toffee club?
I don't think Trio's been discontinued. Cadbury need to bring back some of these classics. Let's see if there's anyone out there who feels the same. 19, McVitie's Trio. There we go. These deliciously tasty toffee chocolate bars are another must-have in our childhood lunchboxes.
I don't think it's a chocolate. I'm sure it's not a bar.
And were first
McVitie's Trio.
Were first produced by Jacobs, who discontinued the Trio in 2003. However,
Jacobs used to make Club.
That's what I've just read. However, a successful fan. Oh, I do like Club. The chocolate orange Club was one of my
favorites. Trio is a chocolate bar.
Clubs are shit.
It's like Munchies. It's like Munchies. Do you remember Munchies?
If you had Club and your sandwich as a kid, it was like, fucking hell, be a bit more creative, Mum. This is fucking bollocks, this is.
What about like a Yorkie bar?
What was your favourite Club? Because there was orange.
Mint, yeah.
There was orange mint. And then there was there was one with raisins in it, wasn't there?
The purple one, fruit and nut. I liked the fruit and nut, but I also like the orange.
What's your opinion on the Aero bars then? Because
girls bar.
Chocolate shit, isn't it?
Bubbly Aero. Yeah, I like Bubbly Aero.
I'll tell you, it is a top quality bar. Nestle Crunch. That's a decent bar.
That was meant. That was
What's Nestle Crunch? Was that like
white label?
Rice Krispies, chocolate and Rice Krispies.
Oh, I was thinking it would be like crunchy.
Like Nestle Crunch.
Oh, username says Rocky over Club. Yes, I agree. Rocky is the better biscuit bar than the
Rocky Caramel or Rocky Plain.
I really liked both of them actually. Foxes know how to make a. Foxes know how to make
do a
good...
knockoff Rocky that's just as good.
Yes, yeah, they do actually.
Little chocolate hobnobs are good, and they're about like a third of the price as well, aren't they?
There's this really. I mean, this just goes to show. I mean, just because France is next to Belgium doesn't mean they can make a good chocolate. There's something called Le Petit Prince, which is a wafer. No, it's not a wafer. It's kind of like a thin, light, dry biscuit. And it's got this chocolate cream filling, but the cream filling's mostly sugar. And my cousins love it, but I had it, and I was just like, this is just sugar. And I said,
What's that like continental biscuit? I can't remember what country from.
Oh,
it's like the
butter
biscuit with like a big chunk of chocolate on the top. What's that called?
They just call them chocolate butter biscuits. Or Choco Leibniz is one of the famous brands.
Leibniz, that's the one, yeah.
Leibniz, it is from Leipzig or Leipzig.
Leibniz, mate. Leibniz.
So that's why they call it Leipzig. Yeah. Es geschmachtes Schokolade.
I bet Ian A likes Leibniz. You like Leibniz, don't you? I bet Ian A.
Don't know what that is.
I'm sure you've had it. Imagine like one of those
Leibniz.
Choco Leibniz. But anyway, the Petit Prince, if you've not had it, imagine a bourbon biscuit. You know, the chocolate cream filling in that. But replace the chocolate biscuit with just like a plain biscuit, and it's round, and it's not very good.
Doodling pad.
Oh yeah, they're mint. They are. They're fucking.
Oh
good.
Yeah.
With the best biscuits.
Do you like the milk chocolate one or the dark chocolate one?
I don't think I've ever had the dark chocolate one.
Have you not? Oh yeah,
I'm not a fan of dark chocolate.
I don't ever even seen it.
Oh,
dark chocolate's shite.
That's the best biscuit.
All right then, baby. Yeah, dark chocolate shit, Mr. Right.
Hey, white chocolate gang, mate.
What?
You're telling me you like the darkies?
That's because Ian A looks like the Milky Bar Kid. That's why.
The Milky Bar Kid is strong.
Milky Bars are on me.
Actually, you know, the Milky Bar Kid was pure Aryan.
Milky Bar is strong. The Milky Bar Kid is strong and tough.
You know,
every nigger he sees, he'll lynch them till they're dead. He hangs them all up. He kills them all there. And I can't. What's the rest of the song?
Remember this version?
The Milky Bar Kid is strong and tough. He threatens to slap DOA and Flossie.
Doesn't take shit and he fucks birds. He is a fucking chad.
Yeah, I'm surprised you'd say that, Phil, because I thought the Milky Bar Kid would be that's a nan kid, that is. No.
Gets a bit of a non kid. He looks like a fucking pedo victim.
Fucking man kid.
Looks like he's been molested, and you know it. So I said to you, the Milky Bar kid got molested as a kid. You wouldn't be surprised, would you?
Milky Bar kid, the Milky Bar's a kid's a chad. He goes around molesting other kids, I reckon.
Yeah, he's like Gary Glitter, best pedo.
You know.
Someone clip that, please. No, don't clip.
Oh, wait, you telling me Gary Glitter's better than Rolf Harris?
Yeah, he's a way better pedo.
Are we doing our favourite pedos section now then?
Yeah. Top 10 Gary Glitter is way better than Rolf Harris. His music, admittedly, Gary Glitter's music was shit hot until he was a pedo.
Yeah. Well, okay, I agree with that. But the thing, what you're saying with, and what I disagree, Rolf Harris has brought me far more joy in my life than Gary Glitter has. As a kid, I would have been happy to sit on his knee until the point where I was no longer happy. But, but the
he
thing
chose
is,
you. That's what you'd say.
But the thing is, with Gary Glitter, you look at him, just like, you know he's a wrong un. Whereas with Rolf...
but his music is good. This is like when you
I thought I'd found a good story here. It was the headline is Grieving Mum reveals how Spice Drug turned angelic Milky Bar kid's son into a disturbed addict who died at 36. But he weren't. They just called him the Milky Bar kid when he was a kid.
Oh, so he's not the real Milky Bar kid.
No, not a Milky Bar. I just thought I'd type in Milky Bar kid and abuse. See what comes up.
Am I imagining this? But it's like the way the Milky Bar kid got his gig. Like he got like nonced by Jimmy Savile, and it's like, now then, you spend some time with me, and I'll make you a star.
Milky Bar teen shot van driver dead in BP garage after female pal was told she had a nice bum. Bradley Bundle shot John Portage, 34, in chest at his garage in Chelmsford. Teenager who looks like the Milky Bar kid.
What's
the real Milky Bar kid doing? Probably buried in the BBC.
Well, looks like doesn't mean is.
How the Milky Bar kid became a drunk and a show jumper, a musician and a gardener. We find the stars he rode into the sunset. Do you want to read this one, Hobbit?
Willy bum bum.
Bum bum.
Willy bum.
There you go. It's in the
Willy bum bum. Willy. Oh, ironically enough, I'm needing to reposition my riding stable, so this is the right song.
I beg your pardon.
Willy bum bum. I'll put the riding stable there. Willy bum, willy bum, willy bum. I can't remember. It's something like that. It just repeats the last bit, doesn't it? Why can't I upgrade that? Space already occupied. What by?
I've just put an article in there. The Milky Bar kids and what they're doing now.
So, chat, do you want me to read this article, what Hemi has tirelessly found for me, or do you want to watch me carry on playing City Skylines and upgrading
Or do you want to look at Bianca Gascoigne as she sets pulses racing as she poses up a storm in a black bra and thong featuring metallic studs?
Dirty black.
Ooh, black bra and thong.
The dirty darky.
Bianca Gascoigne, Paul Gascoigne's daughter.
That sounds suspiciously close to some jungle love there.
Paul Gascoigne?
Paul Gascoigne. Yeah, isn't he like Ubuntu's favourite footballer?
He used to order sunbeds for all the black players when they were on tour.
That's funny. I like him. Was he friends with Gaza?
Oh God! Have you seen the current Milky Bar kid? It was a right fag.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, the Milky Bar kid always was. I always just assumed like whoever Jimmy Savile like nonced the most got to be the Milky Bar kid. I thought that's what it was. It's like, now my favourite kid's gonna be the next Milky Bar kid. So, you know, kids, you gotta perform and do it. I'm sure chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but was there like some sort of competition hosted by Jimmy Savile to find the next Milky Bar kid? I think
you're imagining it, Hobbit.
Am I imagining that? I thought there was like some sort of competition where you do like a private show for Jimmy Savile.
Who the fuck is Mabel?
Is that like the Blue Peter dog from the late 90s? The Border Collie?
Might as well be. It's some Brune. It's some Brune that's supposed to know who she is. Mabel's career has grown from strength to strength over the past few years, culminating in her scooping the coveted British Female Solo Artist Prize at the 2020 Brit Awards. Never heard of her.
Yeah, I'm not sure who this.
Got a load of Illuminati shite tattooed down her arm, anyway.
Yes, that's is that trad? Is that based?
Milky bars are on me.
Oh yeah. But well, you know, that's life. That's what they always say. Milky Bar kids, not always gay.
Milky bars are on me.
That's life.
Did you find out if abuse? I bet he fucking was.
What, the Milky Bar kid?
I haven't found one.
Became a junk and a show jumper.
Yeah.
No.
That's all the Milky Bar kids and what they're doing now.
Nice.
Oh,
So
wow.
let's upgrade this road here. Then.
Oh, Bianca Gascoigne? Jesus.
Nestle discontinues Milky Bar chocolate bar after product after disappointing sales, apparently.
What? The Milky Bar's been... But I thought the Milky Bar was like a staple of their lineup. That just doesn't sound right somehow.
Yeah, Milky Bars, it's the kids' chocolate, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, guys.
Oh, the dude who said the child actor who starred in Kellogg's Frosties commercial commit suicide? The child who sang "They're gonna taste great" in a Kellogg's Frosties commercial committed suicide.
Him
was murdered by bullies or died of cancer.
He did. He was seen like a fucking cartoon fucking tiger. That's probably why he killed himself.
Yeah.
But to be fair, no. Do you remember, like, was it the Kellogg's cornflakes with the kids, like, you know, the forced twee happiness as well? Yeah, that. I mean, whoever did that. I mean,
one that's got nothing to do with Milky Bar is Monster Mum and Dad put children through worst abuse police had ever seen. The mum and dad kept one of their sons locked naked in a feces-covered room and squeezed his genitals as punishment.
Fucking hell, why are we Thomas Biden Reese's?
And you wonder why Thomas Biden Reese is like he is today.
That's that's an abrupt change of tone from, you know, just nice talk about blowjobs and chocolate bars to child abuse.
Even abuse. We got all the trio, haven't we? We got abuse, chocolate bars,
yeah,
and blowjobs.
Yeah.
For your son's great pleasure.
Exactly. Right.
That's it,
I think this industrial area is causing too much traffic, so I'm going to replace it with offices, which is what the British government did. They're like, oh, we don't like industry in our country. Let's just replace them with call centres. People will be just as happy to work in a call centre as they would in a milling shop. You know, I was thinking today...
Oh, did you know you could buy a Milky Bar with Smarties in it?
Yeah, I did know that.
42 second. Do you want to buy 42 second-hand Milky Bars?
No, but I do want to tell you a disgusting
I
story.
don't know what a second-hand Milky Bar. I don't even want to know what a second-hand Milky Bar is. It sounds like a euphemism for something.
I do want to tell you a disgusting story I heard told to me about a friend. His former manager at work would use frozen Mars bars, which he'd stick into his Mrs. Quim, use as a improvised dildo, and then eat afterwards. So,
nice.
Yeah, I hope chat appreciated that. I heard the story.
Would you eat a Milky Bar? Would you eat a frozen Milky Bar that had been in Lucy Brown's vagina?
How much herpes am I going to get?
I've eaten frozen Mars bars. They're fucking brilliant.
Oh, what Mars bar ice cream's nice. I like that.
Hemi, do you want to hear a joke?
Go on then.
What's the difference between a 50cc moped and Jake Goody?
Moped can hit 30.
Yeah, you saw it in the chat, didn't you?
yeah, just saying it.
I heard that last week from. Was it you, Hemi?
Probably me. It was probably
no, I
me.
didn't make that joke.
I've been telling that joke since the day after she died, and I'm going to hell for it.
There's this like group called beta.co.uk, and they're very lefty. And they have these weekly Photoshop competitions.
One of the blokes from do you remember DIY SOS with Nick Knowles? One of the guys in that used to be a Milky Bar kid.
Oh, okay. So they have Photoshop competitions, and then my friends, shortly after Madeleine McCann went missing, did a Madeleine McCann World Champion hide and seek thing.
Oh yeah.
And they got permanently banned from that. It was like, yeah, too soon, mate.
She's the hide and seek fucking world champion, mate.
Yeah. It's like,
well, you know the difference between Fred West and John West, don't you?
What's that?
John West take the bones out. There was they found one of them right by the back door, didn't they? It was a stepchild. I can't remember anymore, Fred. What's the other one? Yeah, they found the Irish hide and seek champion behind the sofa, didn't they?
That's funny. I'm not sure why it's funny.
Do you remember the good old days when something like really horrible had happened and like your phone, it'd be like bing, 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 as all the fucking jokes came in.
Yeah.
I used to just remember, like in the early 2000s, going to the pub, and then there was like my mate. He had one of these new video phones. I just had a Nokia 3310 until 2010, and he said, "Hey, do you want to see this?" And he just like showed me like some woman getting railed by a horse. I'm like, "Well, thanks for sharing this with me, but what am I supposed to do with this?" It's like, oh, it's
I remember that one you see where the woman just fucking kicks that bloke in the fucking tackle as hard as she can.
Oh
and
yeah,
it's like a BDSM video. I remember
but
that.
No,
one
he just seemed to have like
loads
loads of like videos of bestiality on his phone, and be like. It's like, why do you have so much bestiality in your phone? It's just because it's funny to show mates in the pub. It's like,
banter in it.
Yeah, literally banter. And I'm just like, at the time I was too polite to sort of say, could you not show me these videos, please? I don't want to see that in the pub. I'm just like, I'm there. Oh dear, but
why can't orphans play baseball?
I don't know.
There's no home base.
They've got no home.
They don't know where home is.
No.
Nick Gurr said, "What does Madeleine McCann and a submarine have in common? Both 6 feet long, full of semen."
Oh, that was a good one.
What's the difference between Gary Glitter and a greyhound?
Go on then.
The greyhound has to wait for their hair.
That's nasty.
You know they caught Gary Glitter, don't you? He was in the video shop with Jacko, and he said, "Should we get 101 Dalmatians?" And Jacko said, "No, should we get Aladdin?"
Oh, here's a joke, right? So the Pope, Michael Jackson, and some other people who are irrelevant are on the plane, and oh no, that's it. And they got like a whole bunch of like Boy Scouts on the plane as well. And then there's turbulence, and the captain says, "Sorry, but we're all gonna like die now. So could you just like assume the position?" So yeah, and the cabin crew talk with Michael Jackson and the Pope, and they say, "Well, we got enough parachutes for us, and we've also got 2 parachutes left." So the Pope's putting his parachute on, and the crew are helping Michael Jackson with his parachute. And then Michael Jackson goes, "But what about the kids?" And the Pope turns around and says, "Michael, this is not a time to be thinking about sex."
I thought it'd be like, fuck 'em. I thought that'd be the joke.
Well, it kind of is. Oh, Michael, this is not a time to be thinking about sex. Yeah.
Oh, dear. What do you call a dog with 5 dicks?
I don't know.
Take that, Lulu.
King Edward says, "What is 10 foot long and wrapped around the turd? A turban."
Oh. Oh.
Well, if that's too far for you, this is going to be a long night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't like this joke, you'll hate the next one.
Yeah. If you throw a packet, that's the one. You heard the one about the kid says to his mum. He says, "Mum," he says, "I know I'm half and half." He says, "But what am I?" He said, "Am I more black? Am I more Jewish?" She says, "Why is that, son?" He said, "Well, there's a kid selling his bike at school. I don't know if to bid him or nick it."
That's it. Oh, the one I heard was like he's talking to his rabbi dad, and his mum's black, and he's like, "Dad, am I more of a nigger or am I more of a kike?" And he says, "Well, son, why'd you ask?" He said, "Well, I've stolen a bike, and I'm not sure whether I should sell it for interest or sell it for drugs." Something along that. Who cares what the punchline is?
You fluffed it, Hub.
It's funny because he stole a bike and he's not sure whether to charge interest or not.
Yeah.
Or just Cobbett fucked the joke.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Oh god. Show's over, guys. That's it.
What do you call a black man on a bike?
A thief.
What do you call a black man in court?
I don't know.
The accused. What do you call a black man at university?
What are you doing here?
Janitor.
Yeah.
What do you call a black man driving a BMW?
A thief?
Don't know.
Target. Yeah.
Do you know what? Do you know why Gandhi got shot so many times?
Why?
So they were aiming for the dot.
What do you say when you see TV floating away in the middle of the night? Stop it, nigga.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I'd stop a black man drowning. Take your foot off his head.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
What do you call 1,000 packies on the moon?
A good start.
Good start.
Problem. What do you call a nuke headed to the moon?
Solution.
Problem solved.
There we go.
Yeah. What do you call a packy in between two houses?
Ali.
That's right, yeah.
Oh,
what do you call a packet don't smell?
As if.
Possible.
I was going to say,
what do you call a packy lesbian?
Minjita.
Yeah.
I know all these ones.
What do you call a packy coke dealer?
Don't know.
Abadabadis.
Oh, it is one. What do you call a dog who jumps off a cliff?
No.
Black magic. No, sorry, chocolate drop. Fuck, I've done it because the next show's what do you call it if he comes back up? Black magic. Well done, Hobbit. No more jokes for you. I'm sorry, guys. I can't tell them.
What do you call 100 black men drowning in a lake?
Good start.
Cocoa Pops.
Oh yeah. Can you just imagine when these jokes get read out in the court and just like you trying to like suppress a giggle because like if you giggle,
you just do a fucking big old guffaw, don't you?
It's like if you could not contain these outbursts, I will find you contempt of court, and you just like laugh.
I've just found my really offensive joke books. Do you remember like the really offensive joke books you used to get in the 90s?
Do you remember when Beta used to host a website called Wikipedia, and now they're like, oh, but you guys can't tell these jokes because they're offensive.
Yeah.
There was a website called Wikipedia for like these sorts of jokes. And then they were like, "Oh yeah, but you can't put racist jokes on there because that's racist." So don't say naughty jokes. Because
why do black guys wear high heeled shoes? Stop them from scraping their knuckles when they walk. What's the definition of black foreplay? Don't scream or I'll kill you.
Yes.
What do you call a black man in a tree? Branch manager. Who were the two most famous black women in history? Aunt Jemima and Motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
What's the difference between a bowling ball and a black woman?
You can.
If you really had to, you could eat a bowling ball.
Oh.
What's the most confusing day in Harlem? Father's Day.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Why are black people sexually obsessed?
Like.
If you had pubic hair on your head, you'd be sexually obsessed too. Why don't black women make good nuns?
Because they're violent.
They can't say superior after mother. Why don't blacks let their babies play in sandboxes? The cats keep trying to cover them up.
Oh, do you know why sharks won't eat blacks if they're drowning in the sea?
Don't know.
Because like I'm not eating that shit.
How'd you make a black person nervous?
Say, can you act in a normal, non-criminal manner?
Take him to an auction.
Well, I'm really pleased. We managed to cover. I mean, we did the article about rape. We did the article about chocolate, and you did an article as well, didn't you? So
what's that?
We've done three articles today.
Oh, is it better to be born black or gay?
Ah, now that is a question I want to see on Pink News.
Black because you don't have to tell your parents. How many gays does it take to change a light bulb?
Ever seen chocolate-covered gum jobs starring hobbits?
10. 1 to put in the bulb and 9 to say fabulous.
Oh, pish.
What do you
pan.
call this? Stick out your tongue. You know, what do you call this when you stick out your tongue?
What's that?
A lesbian with a hard on.
Pish Pan in chat, he says, let's give credit where credit's due. Black people are now superbly represented in virtually every TV advertising campaign. Yes, they've come a long way since those PG Tips adverts.
Did you hear about the 2 Irish gays?
No.
Patrick Fitzhenry and Henry Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, okay.
Did you hear about the new gay bar? It's called Boys Are Us.
Boys Are Us.
What's the definition of a lesbian? Just another damn woman trying to do a man's job.
Them jokes.
What's the definition of confusion?
I'll tell you next. Oh, how do you keep an idiot in suspense?
Oh.
Tune in next week where you'll find out how to keep an idiot in suspense.
Definition of confusion is 20 blind lesbians in a fish market. Why was the queer fired from the first sperm bank?
Because he kept taste testing the samples.
Nearly there. He was caught drinking on the job.
That's gross.
So when a man and a woman get married, they need a marriage license. What do lesbians need?
Dunno.
A liquor license.
Hey, it is one. What's got a big sack and comes once a year?
Santa Claus.
Father Christmas.
Did you hear about the new Chinese restaurant for gays? It's called Some Young Gay.
Yeah, oh, okay. No, it's Some Young Guy.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Some Cream of Some Young Guy.
That is his guy. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, guy. I didn't say that properly. What do you call a gay dentist?
Dunno.
Tooth fairy.
Oh, that's gross.
What's a Greek gentleman? A man who takes a girl out at least 3 times before he propositions her brother.
Gay Greeks. It's funny because they're gay.
A gay guy comes home, sees his roommate jerking off into a condom. He says, "What are you doing?" He said, "Just packing your lunch." Oh God, that's horrible.
Gays are nasty.
Do you know the difference between a cocksucker and a bacon and lettuce and tomato sandwich?
One's an LGBT and the other one's a BLT?
No, you're supposed to say no and then you say have lunch with me.
Right.
Did you hear about the train robbery in Israel? They got 20 grand in cash and 20 million in pledges. The pledges were anonymous. What's the difference between a Jewish American princess and spaghetti?
Dunno.
Spaghetti wiggles when you eat it.
Spaghetti wiggles when you eat it.
Yeah, they're supposed to be famously like shit at sex, aren't they? What's the Jewish dilemma? Pork on sale.
That's funny.
Why are synagogues round?
So they don't get backed into a corner?
So Jews can't run and hide in the corners when the collection baskets pass round.
There we go. Something about being cornered.
Why won't a cobra bite a Jewish American princess?
Jewish American princess?
Yeah.
You're going to have to explain that one to me.
Professional courtesy.
Professional courtesy. Because they like what?
Yeah, because they're both fucking venomous fuckers, Hobbit.
Oh, so they got like a mutual respect going on.
Yeah,
that's gross.
When explain the joke to him, let the autism work it out.
Yeah. No, don't do that because then it'll be like explaining that joke about the two nuns in the bath, and I won't get it. And then like
soap.
And then 6 months later, I'll be like, "Hey, you remember that joke you said 6 months ago on Banter Nationalism episode CXXVIII? I just called to say I love you. I finally got it." Well, welcome to episode 128. Banter Nationalism CXXVIII. I just called to say I love you. And is there anything from Sports Correspondent this week?
No, I don't think so.
He's like, he's leaving us high.
Did you hear about the man engaged to a woman with a false leg?
He couldn't break it off.
He broke it off.
He did break it off. Okay.
How'd you make a Venetian blind?
Draw the shutters.
Poke him in the eye.
Oh yeah.
Why was the teacher? Why was DOA fired from being a teacher?
Because she wouldn't give me a blowjob.
She couldn't control her pupils. You get that? It's a boss-side joke.
It's funny because
that was a good one.
Yeah.
How'd you get a dwarf to give you a blowjob?
Say I don't want a blowjob. I've never had a good one.
Tell her to go up on you.
These are bad jokes.
I know.
You should feel ashamed for saying these.
It's a couple of baby jokes there. I think I'll leave them for points of view.
What goes pink but then red at the flick of a button? A baby in a blender. Yeah.
What's glows and can't scream? A wet baby with its fingers in an electrical outlet.
What screams and then goes ding?
I don't know.
Baby in the microwave.
That's what's red and bangs on a window.
What's the best thing about? What's the best thing about?
If Tarzan and Jane were Puerto Rican, what would Cheetah be?
Don't know.
Pregnant.
Oh, okay. What's the best thing about fucking 21-year-olds?
I know.
There's 20 of them. I'm sorry. Gary Garner's stack of ribs says, "How do you fit 6 million Jews inside a mini metro? You throw a penny inside."
How can you tell if a girl is ticklish?
Hang on. Gary Garner's. The one you should have said is like, how do you fit 6 million Jews into your car? Will you open the ashtray?
Yeah.
Well, what was your one?
Go tell her for girls ticklish.
Tickler?
Give her a testicle. Why is 68 the speed limit for a woman in bed?
She can't go 69.
Why can't she go 69?
Why can't she go 69?
Because she blows a rod.
Oh. But if she's doing 68, she's not 69ing, she won't be blowing a rod. Is that...
Yes. That's why she can go 68, but she can't go 69.
I'm sorry, I'm feeling especially tired today.
You know what 69 is, don't you, Hobbit?
Yes, it's where a man and a woman...
Yeah. Yes.
It looks like a 69, and that's why they call the position 69.
Hey, what's the difference between a pussy and a cunt?
Dunno.
A pussy is soft, warm, and inviting, and the cunt's the person that owns it. That's Brutus told me that one.
Yes. The classic Brutus joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the racism jokes in this book. I've gone over to a different book, and I can't find the racism.
No racism jokes. What?
I've got a load of. There's a whole section on Challenger, so you can guess what year this book was written.
What does NASA stand for? Need another 7 astronauts.
What was the last thing Krista McAuliffe said to her husband? You feed the dogs, honey. I'll feed the fish.
Yes.
Where did the astronauts spend their last vacation? All over Florida. What subject did Krista McAuliffe teach? Social studies, but now she's history. When's the next space shuttle launch? 4th of July.
Oh, I like NASA jokes.
What were Krista McAuliffe's last words? What's this button for?
Oh, yeah.
What did Krista McAuliffe leave for her class when she joined the shuttle program? A blown up picture of herself.
Yeah.
Why can't you send a teacher into space?
Because God hates women.
Because she'll go to pieces.
Yes, that's it.
Why did NASA executives drink Sprite?
Dunno.
They can't get 7-Up. You like that one, did you, Robert? Did you know that Krista McAuliffe had dandruff? They found her head and shoulders.
Oh no! Why does that one?
So what? I was joking before. What really were Krista McAuliffe's last words?
Dunno.
Mind if I smoke?
Yes, that makes sense.
How many astronauts can you fit into a Honda Civic, Hobbit? You'll know this one because it's similar to the Jewish joke you said earlier.
Well, as many as you can fit in the ashtray.
2 in the front, 3 in the back, 7 in the ashtray.
There we go. That now all is clear.
Krista McAuliffe wanted to shower on board, you know, but then she decided to wash up on shore.
Wash up on shore. Oh dear.
Why was there only one black on the Challenger? Because they didn't know it was going to explode.
5 chavs in a Vauxhall Nova go over a cliff. Why is that a bad thing?
Because the Vauxhall Nova can comfortably seat 7.
You can, yeah, exactly. You can fit 6 people in the fucking Vauxhall Nova.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like you put 2.
Why did Krista McAuliffe make such a bad teacher? Because she blew up in front of her class.
Them jokes. We're here all night, or at least until 9 o'clock.
What was the weather forecast for January 28th, 1986? Light shuttles all day long.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. That's right.
What's worse than finding glass in your baby food? Finding astronaut in your tuna fish.
Oh. Oh.
Oh dear.
Why do some of these jokes make me feel unwell and the other ones are funny?
Where should the crew of the Challenger end up? In NASA's Hall of Flame.
Yes. Yep.
Oh dear. Did you hear NASA thought they'd come across a piece in the Black Astronaut? It turned out to be a radiator hose from a 57 Chevy.
Don't know what a radiator hose from a 57 Chevy looks like, so...
Well, you know what a radiator hose is like, don't you?
I mean, it's a hose?
Yeah, and it's black.
Yeah. Don't get it.
Oh, you know, obviously the Yanks think the Polish are thick, so did you hear about the two Poles that drowned in the back of a pickup truck when it went off the road into a river? They couldn't get the tailgate open.
Yeah. Only there was probably didn't get that one.
I'll go found some...
Oh, whilst you're doing that, I've got a joke, right? So there's a bunch of prisoners, and they're in prison, right? In order to pass the time, they tell each other jokes. But the thing is, being that they're in prison, they don't really have much new material. So, like, all the jokes are known, and they start numbering the jokes for sake of brevity. So, a standard night in the prison goes like this. Number 14, couple of laughs. Number 69, yeah, a couple of laughs because it's funny. Number 12, that's an oldie, not many laughs. Then the bloke says number 81, and there's like guffaws like from one of the cells, and then like about 5 minutes later when the laughter dies down, there's like, oi mate, why did you find number 81 so funny? Oh, I've never heard number 81 before. I like that joke.
Okay.
What? It's funny. It's like, oh, I've never heard number 81 before. Doesn't matter what the numbers are. It's jokes. Jokes. It's just jokes. Just wee jokey jokes.
Oh, what do you call a Japanese Jewish American princess?
Dunno.
An Orienta. Yeah.
Oh, Paddy and Murphy walk into a bar. They both said, ouch. That's King Edward, by the way. Said that one.
What'd you get when you cross an ape with a black?
An improvement?
A monkey shine.
Yeah. Oh, so here's another joke, right? So, Irishmen...
what's the black version of a fortune cookie?
Child support?
Piece of cornbread with a food stamp in the middle.
Oh, yes. That's funny because that's what they do.
Did you hear about the scholarship fund started by Richard Pryor and Michael Jackson? It's called the Ignited Negro College Fund.
Did Richard Pryor set himself on fire? Is that the joke?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
Was he like, hey guys, I'm gonna like do a bunch of LSD and set myself on fire?
What do you call a black bodybuilder?
Arnold is a nigger?
What's a nigger?
Wasn't it? No, that's the joke. Like Michael Jackson and Arnold Schwarzenegger, they have a baby together. Do you know what the baby's name's gonna be? Arnold was a nigger. Oh,
no, it's Michael was a nigger.
Michael was a
Holy
nigger. That's
shit.
it. Yeah.
So this is June the 8th, 2011. So on this day, June 9th, 1980, comedian Richard Pryor set himself on fire while freebasing cocaine and drinking 151 proof rum. Pryor ran down his street in Northridge, California, until subdued by police. His daughter said her father was in a drug-induced psychosis, poured rum over his body and set himself on fire. Fuck.
Wow. What a guy. What a guy. Speaking of which, Cat Williams used to be funny until he became a crackhead.
Yeah.
You ever seen Cat Williams stand up?
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear about the black hooker with herpes? She charged extra for the bumpy ride.
Oh, that's not very nice. You're
What's
disgusting.
black, white, and red all over South Africa?
Oh, yeah.
Did you hear about the new book of nursery rhymes for black kids? It's called Motherfucker Ghost.
Hey, what goes black and white, black and white, black and white, red all over?
I don't know.
A nun rolling down a cliff.
What's worse than a retarded Puerto Rican?
2 of them?
An Ethiopian with tapeworm.
Oh,
do you know why most Polish jokes are so short? So Italians can understand them too.
Hey, so Irishman, Englishman, and a Scotsman, they're all going on golf, right? And they're all talking about like the advances in militarization, and no, it's not a Scotsman. It's an American because I can't do a Scots accent. So the American goes, "Oh, guys, you'll never believe I got this cellular telephone. I can take calls anywhere when I'm on the thing." And he goes, "That's pretty good." And the Englishman goes, "Oh, well, that's nothing. You see this is a GPS, right? I can tell you where I am, where my golf ball goes, anywhere in the world on this GPS system." And then, like, they're looking around for their Irish mate, and he's in the bushes, and they're saying, "What are you doing there, Mick?" And he says, "Oh, I'm just getting a fax." Because the fax is in his arse. And somehow it explained that the fax machine is his arsehole.
You heard about the bloke that's been deserting on a desert island for 20 years? This absolutely gorgeous bird comes out of the water in a skin tight wetsuit. She said, so she says to him, he said, "Oh, how are you doing?" She said, "Is there anything you need?" He said, "Oh, I haven't had a cigarette for 20 years." He said, "You ain't got one in there." So she unzips her scuba outfit a little bit. He's got one in there. She's got a packet of fags in there. Paul gives him a packet of fags. He smokes fag, has a great time. Said, "Oh, what? Anything else you want?" He says, "Oh, I haven't had a drink in. I haven't had an alcoholic drink in 20 years now." So she unzips a bit further. There's a bottle of whiskey in there. So anyway, she carries on. She unzips a bit further. She says, "Do you want to play around?" He says, "What? You got a set of golf clubs in there too?"
Oh, your dog like that one?
Yeah, you like that one.
Do we want to do any content? Do you want to do news story? There's loads of news stories. I don't think you can get through them all on Tuesday. So,
what did you want to do? What's invisible and smells like dirt? Ethiopian farts. What do you want to do? Obsessed McDonald's. I suppose is Phil still here?
Don't know.
H just put one in that's like peak capitalism. It's obsessed McDonald's fan turns her home into shrine dedicated to Ronald McDonald.
Hey, wasn't there something last night that Phil was talking about, like a wedding that cost £20,000 and they wanted the catering to be done by McDonald's?
Yeah.
No, I think I mentioned the McDonald's catering because I've seen that before. I'll be back I need to go for a wee.
All right, so yeah, that was weird. Yeah, I don't know. Right, anyway, let's have a look at some of these stories. So we've done the fuse, the chocolate bars, couple cleared of rape. We did that. That was the opening story. Ryan Giggs appears at Crown Court accused of coercive control. Is Ryan Giggs the one that does the Walker's Crisps adverts?
Nah, that's Gary Lineker.
Oh, okay.
Ryan Giggs is the one that fucked his brother's wife and was an absolute degenerate cunt.
Yeah. So let's see. Boris Johnson heckled as he welcomes Viktor Orban. Yeah, that's a bit boring. Bitcoin mine finds...
Boris is in trouble as well because for some reason he's twice divorced and he managed to get married in Westminster Abbey, which under Catholic canon law, a divorcee is not allowed to get married while the divorced partner is still alive.
Well, yeah, I mean, it used to be Catholicism, you couldn't get a divorce. So this is an interesting story I saw, and I think what might do is we'll finish off, because we got 15 minutes left, we'll finish off with pink news in honour of Top Cat. A suspected Bitcoin mining operation illegally stealing electricity has been found by police who are searching for a cannabis farm. Officers had been tipped off about the site on the Great Bridge Industrial Estate, Sandwell, and raided it on the 18th of May, West Midlands Police said. Instead of cannabis plants, they found a bank of about 100 computer units. The force said the cryptocurrency mine had effectively stolen thousands of pounds worth of electricity. Inquiries with network operator Western Power Distribution found an illegal connection to the electricity supply. Well done, mate. Getting a bit too greedy there. The Bitcoin mining operation had stolen thousands of pounds of electricity. Oh, yeah, we said that bit already. And they're using what looks like ASIC miners there. So each one is drawing about 3 kilowatts, 3.8 kilowatts. So that's like, imagine like you've got your 2 kettles going away, boiling water all day long. That's how much power these are drawing all the time. Detectives say they were tipped off about lots of people visiting a unit throughout the day, and the police drone picked up a lot of heat coming from the building. Well, that is unusual if a lot of people are coming in and out of the building. Sergeant Jennifer Griffin said, given the signs, they expected to find a cannabis farm. It had all the hallmarks of a cannabis... Hang on, it's a word. It had all the hallmarks of a cannabis cultivation setup, and I believe it's only the second such crypto mine we have encountered in the West Midlands, she said. The computer equipment has been seized, but no arrests have been made, the force said. Bitcoin is a form of digital money, blah, 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 increased profits. People often connect large numbers of miners to a network, even entire warehouses.
They use that much juice then, Hobbit, that it's actually worth it?
The ASIC miner, which they're showing there, I think uses about 3.8 kilowatts. Hang on, what's the most... I think if you're using a 16 watt power, 16 watt thing, like you've got like a European plug which draws 16 watts, 16 amps,
Yeah.
sorry. 16 amps
13
time. Yeah, but the Shuko connector is rated up to 16 amps, but that's supposed to be 220 volts. But either way, you're looking at like 3 kilowatts for each unit. So that's about like equivalent to a kettle. Anyway, to increase profits, they often
That's
steal...
on 24 hours a day.
Yeah, and there was 100 of them. So that would have been drawing... If it was 10, that'd be 30 kilowatts. So this was drawing 300 kilowatts. That's equivalent to like a fairly sizable factory. Not like a supermarket, but I mean like a small like mechanic shop or something wouldn't draw that much. Bitcoin's electricity consumption is currently greater than the Netherlands, according to the Cambridge Bitcoin Electricity Consumption Index. So that's the story I want to do there. And obviously we got another like 13 minutes. Let's finish off with some pink news. And what I'll do whilst we're doing pink news...
Oh, don't, you'll start Toppy off.
Well, I know. That's why we're doing it in honour of Top Cat.
Has he not been in chat tonight? No, being
Hey,
passive aggressive.
this news article I'm reading's fucking well sad, man. So, a family left devastated after spending more than £7,000 on a 10-week-old puppy who then died have called for greater breeding regulation.
Right.
Jo, who didn't wish to disclose her last name, has blamed the shock death on the inexperience of her pet breeders. She came across an advert online for a litter of cockapoo puppies on May 6th, with the breeder asking for nearly £2,000 in return for one of the puppies. The then family picked up little Nala 2 days later and fell in love with the new addition to their family. But just a few days later, the dog came down with sickness and diarrhea and was diagnosed with parvo, a highly contagious virus that is a common cause of young puppies dying. Not just young puppies, any dog. Any dog gets parvo and they'll probably die.
Oh, well, you can get vaccinated for parvo, but...
Yeah, you can get parvo vaccinations. And then on May 17th, after spending over $5,000 on vet bills, the family had to make the heartbreaking decision to put Nala to sleep after
Yeah, the dog basically shits itself to death, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's really sad, man. Like, we really
Yeah.
do need to start putting our foot down with people that are breeding dogs, and like, you know,
I think it
they
needs to be
need
licensed. I mean, and
yeah.
the government should be a lot harsher on these people
Well,
that are breeding
considering the
shit
regulations
dogs.
that's
Like, pugs are
involved
shit.
in livestock, there should, I imagine, there's regulation in puppies, dog breeding, but maybe more needs to be done. Anyway, let's read out some of the headlines from Pink News,
There
because
should be regulation, but there isn't. Like, some
Okay.
some areas you need to have a license,
Right.
and some areas you do. But the
Uh-huh.
person who sold this dog was in an area where they needed a license, but they
But they
didn't
didn't.
have a license.
Okay, that's sad.
So there needs to be more regulation. And during COVID,
Well, it's not
people have
only
been-
regulation. You need people to know. You need people to know what they're looking for when buying a puppy, don't you? That's the other thing.
Yeah.
It's all very well having these laws, but if people don't know that these people are breaking laws, then it's kind of irrelevant, isn't it?
So let's read out some of these headlines from Pink News. Downing Street defends rolling out red carpet for Hungarian homophobe Viktor Orban. Boring. Difficult people star. Difficult people? Is that familiar at all? Anyway,
fucking hell! I'm just reading about puppies before we move on. They're trying to do something called Lucy's Law, which is a third party puppy sales banned in England from Monday, 6th of April.
Okay.
2020.
Can we not do stuff
So I'm
about
looking
animal
at,
abuse?
You can tell it's
please?
serious because someone called Mark Abraham, media vet, author, and founder of Pup Aid, and the Lucy's Law campaign said even the Jews don't like it, so it must be pretty fucking bad.
Okay, can we not do stuff about animal abuse, please?
It's not. I'm telling you what the law is.
Oh, okay, all right. I was just wondered if it was getting against like animal suffering.
No, this is actually from gov.uk.
Yeah. Sorry, I just it feels like it's bordering on like stories of animal suffering, and it just makes me sad. So gay circuit.
It doesn't seem like a proper law anyway, because they're not actually talking about any legislation in it.
Okay.
So it's blah blah blah. Lucy's Law means that anyone wanting to get a new puppy or kitten in England must now buy direct from a breeder or consider adopting from a rescue centre instead. Licensed dog breeders are required to show puppies interacting with their mothers in the place of birth. If a business sells puppies or kittens without a licence, they can receive an unlimited fine or sent to prison for 6 months. But like I say, people have to know that this law is here. If people don't know this law is here, they're not going to go to the police and get it enforced, are they?
Yeah, plus they'll probably just get a fine in court with the amount of money that they make off of these dogs. That's no skin off their nose. Like, these people make an absolute fucking fortune.
A 6 month prison sentence is probably going to affect their bottom line, because you can't be doing work if you're in prison.
That and seizure of assets. And seizure of all of your assets.
So I imagine
they should have the land seized where they do it.
I imagine
that would be
between the RSPCA Dogs Trust and Batsy Dogs Home, they're going to do plenty of awareness, so people will be made aware of this law. So
this law is over a year old, Hobbit. It's from Monday the 6th of April.
Blimey.
And I've only looked it up because you mentioned it in a story.
Did I?
And that story didn't even mention Lucy's Law.
What story did I say about?
I don't know, whatever you were talking about with puppies.
Oh, I don't talk about like stories of like suffering animals. No.
What were you talking about puppies for?
No,
that was me that brought it.
Yeah, it was Nordic.
The
That's what I
puppy
mean.
died of parvovirus coming from.
Yeah, exactly. And I've only googled it because we were talking about it. So there is zero fucking awareness for this law.
Well, I'm sure the RSPCA would have something on their website about Lucy's Law.
That law's not in this article at all. Nowhere in this article does it mention that law.
Okay, but
yeah. So the law is named after Lucy, a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel who was rescued from a puppy farm where she was subjected to terrible conditions. Puppy farms are located across the UK, with most depending on third-party sellers or dealers to distribute.
Let's just draw a line on this. I don't want to hear any more about animal suffering and.
Well, there's nothing specific here.
I know.
To distribute often sick, traumatized, and unsocialized puppies, which have been taken away from their mother.
Yeah,
I understand where you're coming from.
I get sensitive about this.
I don't want to talk about Just going, I don't want to talk about it because it upsets me, doesn't do anything to solve the problem.
Right,
That's
okay, yeah,
sweeping
but
under the rug.
Nordic, I mean, you've got a channel, you can talk about it, and there's a Tuesday show as well where more can be done about it, but I just, like I said, we've got another 6 minutes left, so I want to read through a few more of these headlines on Pink News for our gay audience, because this is very important. Yeah, so Gay Circuit Party founder Jeffrey Sanker dies after long battle with liver cancer. That might be fun. Virginia elementary school gym teacher put on leave after opposing school's policy to use trans students' pronouns. That might be fun. 11 times Ellen DeGenerate's crown slipped as she finally pulls the plug on the Ailing talk show.
Oh, they're really going after her now, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're really trying to fuck her hard, and not in a way that she'd enjoy either.
Well, okay, let's read about her then, because I'm glad to see her fall from grace. Ellen DeGenerate is ending a talk show, revealing that despite rumours she would be forced to stand down, she decided to quit 2 seasons ago. That's there.
I assume that's viewing figures, because it's kind of it's a bit soft soap anyway, isn't it? It's not like they're not like decent. She's not a good interviewer, is she? Like she just like soft soaps them and just lets them talk about whatever they like.
Never watched it. I hate the cold dead look in her evil bitch eyes. The Ellen DeGenerate show, upcoming 19th season, will be.
Have you ever seen that bit where she's talking to Liv Shriver and he's talking to her about the willy dance that he does with his son?
Oh dear, that doesn't sound nice at all.
I don't think I've actually heard him describe the willy dance, but I've heard him talk about the willy dance, and that was enough for me.
Oh, so here we go. A list of people dishing the dirt on Ellen DeGenerate. Kathy Griffin said Ellen DeGeneres has a mean streak. Number 2.
Kathy Griffin, who held a mock-up of the decapitated head of Trump, says that Ellen DeGenerate has a fucking mean streak.
Yeah.
Now, this is the thing: the woke left always eat their own.
Yeah, they fuck it, and they enjoy it too.
2.
Yeah,
when Ellen DeGeneres defended Kevin Hart. Who's Kevin Hart? Here we go. It's tweets from dated 2009 to 2012 in which Kevin Hart hurls homophobic slurs resurfaced in 2018. Also, Ellen DeGeneres defends a homophobe. 3. When it turned out she's best buds with George Bush, and that's George Bush W. 1. Yep, so she's buddies with him. They probably go to the same child sex parties.
Yeah, a trad conservative, George Bush.
Yeah. Number 4, and then she refused to apologise about it.
Just on a quick tangent while we're talking about trad conservatives, did you know nobody knows how many children that Boris Johnson actually has?
He's got children? I didn't know he was a father.
Oh, he's got lots of children, and nobody knows how many there are, because there are the ones that they know about, and there are like affairs, all kinds of shit, like good old trad Boris, because he got married today to that woman that's our prime minister, didn't he?
Oh no, oh dear. So 5. There was an aggressively awkward interview with Dakota Johnson. Does anyone know who Dakota Johnson is?
Hey, what Kevin Hart said wasn't even homophobic. He went, "Yo, if my son comes home and tries to play with my daughter's dollhouse, I'm gonna break it over his head and say in my voice, 'Stop, that's gay.'"
No.
That's fucking hilarious.
Okay, that is definitely not a place a pedestrian should be crossing the road. That was a motorway, mate. I need to fix that traffic. 6. Nikki Tutorial said
She's been in such hits as she was 50 Shades of Grey. Anastasia Steele, is that the woman in it?
Anyway.
She's been in some great, absolutely fantastic films. She's been in The Social Network, Goats, 21 Jump Street.
So I'm bored with the Ellen DeGeneres thing. We've got enough time for a story. Couple who were told by boss their trans son was evil awarded £70,000 by employment tribunal. Does that sound any good? A couple who were told by company director at Keyrow Limited that their trans son was evil been awarded 70 grand employment tribunal.
Well, maybe he was evil.
Yeah, we don't know.
Maybe. cut the head off a dog and brought it into work or so. Who knows?
Or like tried to abuse some children. The Employment Tribunal ruled both Vicky and Keith Brett were the victims of direct discrimination by Katie Foreman, a company director for Keyrow Limited in Peterborough, Cambridgeshire. Tribunal documents said the couple were told by... I thought Peterborough was in Lincolnshire. Okay.
Oh shit! I forgot to say. Anybody who's got a TV who wants to watch a TV, Channel 4 are doing a hit piece on the anti-vaxxer movement on Tuesday.
Oh, I shall watch that with bated breath. Tribunal.
It might be interesting to see what crap they come out with.
Tribunal documents said the couple were told by Foreman in October 2018 that the trans son was evil and going to hell.
Oh, they've got someone in court over the shooting of Sasha Johnson, an 18-year-old.
Oh.
Who's Sasha?
What's his name?
Is Sasha Johnson the one that's been in news recently on account of being black and famous for it?
Black and being shot,
Black Lives Matter one.
Oh, well, clearly Black Lives didn't matter back then, did they?
Oh my God. It is... Cameron Derriggs. Wearing his grey zip-up hoodie and blue jeans, the defendant did not give an indication of plea.
Imagine wearing jeans. Wouldn't be me.
Yeah.
Imagine wearing jeans and a hoodie to court. Couldn't be me, mate.
Well done, mate. Well done, Cameron Derriggs. Class act, mate. You're gonna go far.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You're just jealous of his drip, etc., etc.
Yeah. He died in Reservoir trying to save friend, even though he couldn't swim.
That's funny.
Oh, that's a good idea, isn't it?
Yeah. I always like stories.
A couple fall off balcony together after blistering row. The pair were seen in a struggle.
I saw that. That was
the floor of the balcony.
Do you know where I saw it? There's a Telegram channel called Fat People Hate, and they posted on it because the woman was very fat, and because they were so fat, the balcony just collapsed, and it was a fall from like one story. Hang on. They were on the first floor because you got a ground floor, then a first floor, right? Or is the ground floor the first? I get confused with that.
Ground floor is the ground floor because it's on the ground. That's why it's called the ground floor.
So they were on the first floor, as in you'd go up one flight of steps, and now you're on the first floor. Right, there we go. Yeah. Sorry, I've been so Americanized that unfortunately I get confused between. Anyway, so they fell from one story, and you can actually see the pavement crack where she landed.
Oof.
It's quite nasty.
Have you seen the Tory councillor Michael Green? That's a strange name. 70 was charged over 2 alleged offences dating back 2006 and 2011.
Yeah.
Michael Green is a Scottish Conservative councillor for the Glenrothes, North Leslie and Markinch ward on Fife Council.
North Leslie,
Trad Tories again.
Ah, yeah. I wonder what have happened to...
I would once again like to congratulate our Prime Minister that she's now made an honest man of Boris Johnson.
Yes.
Because basically it's her doing the fucking policy anyway, isn't it? So, you know.
Very much
she's Prime Minister. We voted for Carrie, didn't we?
Yeah, that's what you get. We definitely voted for her.
Burglar stabbed pensioner in head and legs before pretending to be his grandson. He stabbed him first and then pretended to be his grandson.
Oh, Grandad, who stabbed you? Clearly it's not me. I don't know where that burglar is, but they've gone now. Here, you best give me some money and I'll get you to the hospital.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't have any grandkids.
No, what he did was he stabbed him. He was stood there covered in a bloody t-shirt. Cops came in and then he pretended to be the grandson. It was just incredibly poor. It was just incredibly poorly written.
Old Bill turned up and he was like, "Oh, I'm the grandson." Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the police wouldn't check that out at all, would they?
Yeah, yeah.
Was he a sparkhead?
What the fuck? This is someone's they're pigeon shooting with little brown kids now. Girl 9 jumping on trampoline dies after stray bullet hits her at a birthday party.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Are we shooting black kids now?
Well, it seems someone's doing the shooting. So,
well, that's one of the benefits later on.
Well, I'm looking at the stream now, and it says 2 hours and 8 minutes. So I think that's enough. Dear audience, fuck off.